When Saoirse was 13, she began climate striking every Friday, skipping school to call on world leaders to take action to protect our environment. From there, Saoirse's expansive work has included becoming a founding member of Ireland's Fridays for Future chapter, being elected as an Irish second-level Students' Union Equality Officer, winning the Global Rise Challenge, serving as an advisor to the C40 Mayors Forum, and being chosen as the youngest ever advisor to the United Nations. Now, if I sounded a bit excited in that last clip, it's because I love the United Nations. I'm a model UN delegate at my school. I recently joined my local chapter of UNA USA. I have a United Nations flag, and I have a United Nations necklace. I'm also excited because I recently had the opportunity to interview Saoirse Exton via Zoom. Here's some highlights from our meeting. What message would you give to climate activists or youth who are affected by eco-anxiety?
For me, the best kind of antidote to it is to, to keep getting out there and protesting, to keep reading. Like, there's some really good books, like Less is More by Jason Hickel, for example, which is all about economics and the climate crisis. But, he also provides really tangible solutions to what we're experiencing. And also, I think the thing is, we've kind of been taught all our lives that like humanity is just inherently horrible, and the reality is we're not. We're actually human. So I think, I think the first thing I would say though is that it is normal, and that it's right. And if you feel anxious, it means that you are human, that you still have your empathy, and that's a good sign.
In your opinion, what's the number one thing people can do to make a difference?
If you can vote, because that is the biggest power that we have as democracies, and I think often it can seem really depressing because you look at a ballot and you're like, oh my god, like I don't like either of these people.
Yeah,
but there are always going to be the lesser of two evil. It's not great, but it's just there are some things that are better than others, and it doesn't matter. Like it can also feel like one vote doesn't really matter anyway, but it is really important. I was in COP26 in Glasgow in 2021, which is, I don't know, it's like this big conference where you probably know.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what it is. I don't know. But there was a protest at the end of it, and we all gathered together and we started chanting in all different languages, and it was amazing. And I think that was kind of, it is kind of lonely being an activist sometimes, because it's like people don't seem like it's kind of difficult to understand exactly what it's like. It's not even that it's hard or anything. It's just you're constantly thinking about it, and then
exactly.
And then you come into these spaces and everyone knows what you're talking about. You don't even need to say anything. They just know what your experience is, and it's amazing. And so I think that for me, like, climate heroes, I suppose, would mean the people who make that space.